Hi guys, I didn't know if it was on or not. Today we're going to be doing solving inequalities by multiplication and division. So this is kind of like solving equations with multiplication and division, but there's one major rule, and this is going to be the rule that you're going to forget later on in life. So you got to try to memorize it now. When multiplying or dividing by a negative with inequalities, this is with inequalities, you flip the sign the other way. So for example, if your answer came like this, but you divided or multiplied by a negative, you're gonna flip it the other way, okay? So we're gonna do our first example. 1/8 n is less than 84. So just like in equations, when you're solving an inequality, you have to say what's happening around my variable. There's no addition or subtraction, so we don't have to deal with that, which is nice. So we're going to do the opposite of multiplication because 1/8 is being multiplied by n. What is the opposite of multiplication? Division. Actually, hold on. 1/8 is divided by n. We're going to take the reciprocal. Sorry, we could divide by 1/8, but instead we're going to take the reciprocal because that's a good way to get rid of fractions. So we're going to take the reciprocal, which is 8/1. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other. That's going to cancel out. That's going to cancel out all to 1. So you get n is less than 8 times 4 is 32. Carry the 3, 64, 65, 66, 67. Okay, so n is less than 672. And if I had to graph that, would it be an open circle or a closed circle? Hopefully you said an open circle at 672. It's going to be open. And n is less than, so all the answers that I can plug in there are going to be less than. So if I took an answer here, -5, and plugged that in, -5 would be less than 672. Okay, here's an example of the rule that I was talking about. This is very similar to this one, except it's negative. And I just told you when you multiply or divide by a negative, you're going to have to flip the sign. So here's your problem. What do I do to get r alone? There's no addition or subtraction I have to worry about, so I just have to multiply by the negative reciprocal, because a negative times a negative is a positive. Whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. That's going to all cancel out to 1, so I get r, but here you go. This is the rule. This says r less than 21. It's going to flip the other way. This is 21/1. I can reduce this to 1 and 7. 7 times -7 is -49. R is greater than -49. You find -49 has 0. R is greater, you're going this way. Okay, let's go over here. X is less than or equal to 60t. What do? It's being multiplied by 60. There's no addition and subtraction I have to worry about. I'm going to divide by 60 on both sides. T is greater than or equal to 8 divided by 60. 8 goes into 60. Let's see, we can reduce it. We can reduce it by 4, 2/15. Okay, so the reason why I put the t over here is because I wanted to show you it's easier to graph if you bring the t over there. So I'm going to bring the t over there, and I'm going to bring the 2/15 over here. And since the point is going towards 2/15, I'm going to make the point go towards 2/15. Then when I graph, 2/15 is somewhere between 0 and 1, 2/15. I'm going to always graph towards the point as long as I've got the variable on the left side. Okay, here we go. Here's -7 is being multiplied by d, so I'm going to divide by -7. The rule, when multiplying or dividing by a negative, flip the sign the other way. So you're going to flip the sign the other way. This all becomes 1, and then this becomes 7 into 14, 1, 7 into 2, 1. So d is greater than or equal to -21. I'm not going to keep graphing. 8p is less than 56. What's happening to p? There's no addition and subtraction to take care of. There's no like terms, so I can just divide, which is the opposite of multiplication, by 8, and I get p is less than or equal to 7. The last one here, 81 is less than or equal to -9x. I'm going to divide by -9 to get x alone. I just divided by a negative, so I have to flip the sign. And now I still have x on the right side. If I want to color to make it coloring easier, I put x on the left side, and the point goes to x, so the point still has to go to x, and then I know 0, -9. I'm going to color in the circle and go that way. So the key thing today's lesson, you're going to be multiplying and dividing by reciprocals and negatives. When you divide by the negative, flip the sign. Thank you.